Hello everyone, this is Ether Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. So this season's pretty solid, I would say. Other than that goof on offense that shouldn't have happened. If I wasn't brain dead, we would have been able to completely destroy that one super heavy plus 10 infantry pulse team if I just had buff Caden's res, which was a smite away. So, feels bad, but other than that, we had perfectly fine offense. A few somewhat, non-trivial matchups that I had to calc things out a bit, but it wasn't anything too difficult to handle. So, here again, we're gonna see some recurring themes, and I'm definitely getting some ideas for potential ways to improve my defense, of course. But I think the big thing for Dark Defense, because I'm not out to actually try and get super high win rates on Dark Defense, because I have to contend with Milla, Hidden Run, N-Churn, Gale Force, more Hit and Run. Surprisingly, people say that they don't run into Hit and Run, but apparently, that's like the only strategy people use against me, Kappa. It makes sense to use it against my defense, but it's like, I find it kind of surprising that apparently people don't use that, but perfectly okay idea here, except for the fact that Change Fate exists, so we all know what's going to happen. We're going to get a free kill there, but and of course another thing is I don't have a high level catapult on defense yet, so people that bring the classic Bolt Tower offense just get free chip damage against me, because it's not like it's difficult to snipe my healing tower from where it is, especially since I don't have tactics room up because of catapult bonus, because I was trying that out. Of course catapult didn't actually do anything, but Peony is a light mythic, so you have a ranged dancer, and likely you're going to use a ranged unit on offense, so you can easily snipe the healing tower before turn 3, which is what a lot of people do. And so if they're on column 3, they have a good matchup against Seliph, and if not, it's just even easier to beat the Sothuses. But they just go for the kill here, and they're just going to go ahead and run for it, but they don't run that far, so I mean, we all know what's gonna happen, but nothing really, because it's just Seliph going to attack like usual. So they're gonna have Sheeta here, able to pick up the 1-round KO, because of course Feather Sword is definitely pretty strong. But of course against Chrom, not that strong. So gotta be a bit careful about that, but they don't run far away enough again. So we get to punish, and it seems like, and because Mia had more HP, Sheeta doesn't get absolutely destroyed by Chrom, but it doesn't matter because we got our 2 kills, and they just end up surrendering and laddering out there. So here we have kind of an interesting team. I definitely rarely see it, but it's definitely viable when Shireen is bonus to use her as a carry, but they also have Bowie here, probably for the Chrom matchup. Perfectly fine, should decently wall, and of course they'll be much faster, and of course Matilda for the support with Bowie. That's pretty cool. So that's a decently fast Bowie. It's not blazing fast, but with Peony you can get up to maybe 60 speed or something. And if there's no debuffs to his speed, of course, or if there's any lulls or whatnot, but not too bad. It's just that Bowie against Seliph or Sothis, not the greatest. Of course, Bowie can't actually counter Sothis because Inscribed Tome doesn't let him counter against dragons, I don't believe. But it's just the recurring themes here. They end up not breaking the healing tower here. I personally, if I were them, I would have went ahead and broken the healing tower, because now Seliph is guaranteed to live. and they're just inside. Self is just inside Wings of Mercy range by 2 HP. Or 3 HP if you want to count it that way. So, feels derp. So, like, their Billy wasn't going to be killing either way if they broke the healing tower or not, but I feel like it would have just been smarter in general. But they're just gonna pick up the kill here, but of course Chrom is looming, so we all know what's coming. Just Chrom doing his thing, standing around, slowly approaching the enemy, and yeah, they're just gonna run, so Chrome Dome is too spoopy, Kappa. I do feel like I should probably at some point invest into getting a competent A skill for Chrom other than close counter. Yeah, sure, close counter can be useful, but it's like I'd probably just rather have more attack and speed. Because most of the time, close counter doesn't come into play. Sure, it does mean people aren't just going to trivially attack him player phase. But a lot of the times, it's just like close counter. I don't know how much close counter is deterring people from just going for a melee option. But there you go, the catapult destroying my catapult. Feels bad, man. And max level infantry school because gotta not like infantry. Interesting choice of slaying Spear Gale Force, but plus 10 female corn. Should do alright. Of course, just have to be wary about Sonya, but I mean, for the most part, shouldn't be too difficult to deal with. And another thing is Chrom also just doesn't have a special upturn one. So as you'll see, against some like pulse smoke tanks or whatever, he just doesn't get to proc his special, which would do a crud ton of damage against them, and maybe even allow him to pick up the kill. That's definitely something I gotta work on, but it's like, where would I fit in another infantry pulse? And it's not like I'm giving him times pulse. I could, I guess, but I don't know what good that would do outside of ether raids. And even so, even in ether raids, it's like, what is it actually doing? So they unfortunately get meme gotten by the classic Wings of Mercy. And everyone's just gonna potato into corn, pretty standard stuff. Chrom's gonna use the change fate though and troll. So troll fest galore, literally all this team does. Most of it's predictable if you have a general understanding of how the AI works. Like, for the most part, it's not difficult to understand how, when Chrom's using to change fate or whatnot. And here again, that's just an example where pulse smoke comes into play, and so Chrom can't ever finish the kill. He's just too slow as well, which is a whole other problem in of itself. But they just go for the win here, which is totally fine. But I'm guessing they didn't want to just surrender because it was a rematch. I have no idea. But it's just the same things on Dark Defense, so at some point I'm probably just going to troll on Dark Defense, get a bunch of units, meme speed stack a unit. Maybe by then there'll be something even more interesting than like Close Call or Repel, and then we control that way. Maybe you run 4 units and 2 carries, I don't know. Because the thing is, like, technically speaking, you could run 5 mythics and then 1 super carry, but I feel like the value of like 3 mythics and 3 carries, or 2 mythics and 2 carries, is just much stronger, because a lot of the time, like, say if I'm going to stack speed, stacking like 4 units versus 5 units is kind of negligible. If anything, more units doesn't help you as much. You're sure you get 5 more HP and 4 more speed, but you have another derpy unit. Which, to be fair, you can definitely use Yoon to cheese people out, but here we go again with the Wings of Mercy memes. What's new? the tried and true meme strat. It just works because people can't consistently one-run KO the guy, so we all know what happens. And so they're just gonna bait of Gunther here, pretty perfectly fine play. And now they can pick up the kill on Sylvia, and they have their special on Gunther ready, so they can also heal her up. Kind of confused why they... I guess for Rengreether, true. Oh yeah, they have air, I forgot. I was like, I feel like you would want to heal a bit to... I wasn't paying attention. Is that... Yeah, she was barely in Chilling Seal range. I was thinking about Chilling Seal, but I mean, it doesn't matter. Oops. Alright. But yes, end turn memes intensify. But because of the existence of Milla, and the fact I don't want to run double dancers, because then that just means I probably have to risk losing more lift to potentially lose less lift in basically no match, because if my team steamrolls, they're probably going to surrender, and if I get 2 kills already, getting more kills isn't going to reduce my lift loss any further. So it's like, yeah, we're not doing that. Here they have Brunya and Norn next to each other. Kind of an interesting choice, because we all know what's gonna happen. What's new in the house? But yeah, Brunya's just gonna be able to face tank here. It's, again, Chrom's too slow, and Sylvia's isolated, so it's not like we can actually do anything here. Of course, there's the Vantage Ignis, but again, is that really gonna do anything? Probably not. At least he has attack defense bond up. But yeah, that's never gonna work out for us. And we also kind of are running 4 reds on our team, so it kind of just lends to like dual Alphonse and Bunny and company just having decent matchups in general against us. I'm guessing they surrender there because they just want a better match where they don't drop units, which is totally fair because I'm pretty sure that team can pick up clean wins. So this person with the bare bones structured offense, perfectly fine, and plus 10 channel with the new speed res solo seals, so I wonder how this is gonna end up. And Tamari, of course, so I wonder how this is gonna end up. I wonder what could possibly happen. This is the one problem with Ether Raids replays, is that I don't bother investing that many resources into defense. So once I build it, the same defense just sticks around for weeks after weeks. And so things get pretty stale because, I mean, what else are people going to do? The same exact strategies they use to beat my defense every time, or they get memed by Wings of Mercy Sonya. I mean, what's new? They're just going to attack Self here. Perfectly fine idea. Getting Pulse Smoke lets him avoid getting specials procced on him, and he's going to be able to pick up the 1-round KO there, which is great for him. Of course, he's not going to do too much against Chrom until he procs Ether, but because Chrom can't proc his special, he can't do a lot of damage in general, but it's not like, pretty sure he couldn't have killed anyways, unless it was like maybe Astra, but even then I highly doubt it. And it's like, when am I ever going to get Astra up turn 1 on Chrom, and why would I ever do that? It just doesn't make sense. So, pretty easy win for them here. Just going straight up the left, which is, it's been kind of a hot minute since someone did that. So, nice to see that for once, because a lot of people just go to the right because it's straightforward. There's just Sothis and company on the right side, easily exploitable, but apparently folks don't exploit it too well all the time. Here, just another dual Alphonse matchup, but yeah, I definitely think I can engineer my defenses down the line to just counter a lot of dual Alphonses, not all of them, but a lot of these like low merged ones or generic builds definitely have a good chance of setting up defenses that can beat them. Because, again, the big thing to note is Open the Future only heals 25% of the damage you deal. So when you have matchups like these Sothoses here with 6 HP, they're not healing too. He's not healing too much. Of course, here no one can actually kill, but with Wrath, they're doing 10 damage, and Duo Alphonse is not healing a lot here. Of course, it just so happened that their catapult broke the healing towers, so their bolt tower damage caused this in the first place. But it's like I could definitely, if I actually got some high-powered units that weren't all red, I could probably get places against Duo Alphonse. But I mean, it doesn't matter. It's the end of the season anyways. And it's not like we were going to make tier 27 because we goofed. You can actually make tier 27 with a plus 150 lift team if you have a perfect offense and you don't lose any lift on defense. So I wonder how this went. I've not seen Fallen Corn in quite a while, but I mean, I'm guessing that's mostly just because of more dragon slaying available, question mark. Like, to be honest, I have not from the past few seasons, I haven't seen that many dragon counters on dark defense now that I think about it. So that's kind of interesting. My guess is that they're concerned about Sonya, so they're not going in for the immediate attack. Also, using Nilla against Chrom is an okay play here. It makes sense. It prevents the change fate, of course. I don't know why you would do this though in particular, but I mean it generally should work out for them, because again, Pulse Smoke means the Sothoses don't have Sirius up, and Wrath doesn't do anything then, and a bunch of other things. Barely lethal there, and Seliph obviously is not going to kill Duo Mia in one hit with against Summer Strikers. And again, Summer Strikers strikes again. Haha. But you can see there, like, Sothis actually did quite a bit of damage when she had Sirius up. Granted, you know, she was near a bunch of allies and speed res solo was active and she wasn't being buffed for res, but you know, that aside, like, actually having the special definitely helps the not, most of the time at least. But yeah, pretty standard stuff outside of top 3k like usual, because you have to be in tier 27 for that. But top 6k, perfectly fine by me, especially since I use a plus 150 lift team, so I could definitely not expect top 3k. And we're making it up to interval 12, which is, again, considering how troll we've been fooling around with this game mode, being able to full clear with max free-to-play points without using items and beating all the guardians. I mean, yeah, it's kind of trivial stuff, but we're making it up to tier 21 easily, because water season with this team equals free real estate to get back in. So it'll be quite the interesting upcoming season. I forget who's, I think Sheena's bonus. So we're gonna be going for our tier 21 staying run, and of course it'll be water season throughout the entire time, so we're perfectly fine to stay as long as we can win our matches and roll the matches we need. But Arena Assault, top 1k, pretty poor standings for us considering it's water season, but been quite busy this week, and matchmakers being a troll, and people are taking out their higher scoring teams nowadays towards the end of the season. So like in the future, I probably have to do the Arena Assault video earlier if I want to try to fish for a good score. But anyways, enough ranting. We'll be back when the results drop in. Okay, quite a bit late, but pretty normal shenanigans as usual. Did pretty well on defense. Infantry school bonus, not great for us, but we'll manage somehow. Probably just kick out, I don't know. I feel like Tactics Room is actually kind of useful here, but also we'll just kick it out. it's not like we're actually going to be that successful in terms of trolling people. At least it's water season, so Crom does get some extra stats, I guess. Infantry school. I think this is fine. I was thinking about it for a second. Oh, it's not water season. Oops. Okay, I guess so. I guess I was not informed correctly about the things that are going on. They also have this bugged. Haven't updated that properly, but not too big of a deal. Arena, easy peasy. Getting back up to tier 21. So it's probably going to actually be difficult to stay in tier 21. We'll see how it goes. We have the dueling crest for it. Like 1066 is pretty okay for super fishing. But anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is Ether Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye.